Before I became a pilot, I had never been on a holiday before, not even once. Now, 3 years from finishing, I've traveled around the world. I've personally taken my parents on holiday, and I've seen things I'd never thought in my wildest dreams I'd have seen. I've met people I never thought I'd meet, and becoming a pilot gave me more than just a job. It gave me clarity, perspective, and growth. In this video, I want to share with you how being a pilot helped me see the world. And in this video, you'll also learn why these experiences can help you in the professional world too, even if you're just starting out. So let's just get straight into it. When I became a pilot, one thing I knew was I was going to get staff travel. Naturally, I made the most out of that, visiting places like Bali, Spain, Morocco, Egypt, Belgium, Turkey, France, Pakistan, Italy, Switzerland, Germany, Saudi Arabia, loads more places as well. And every single country I visited taught me something new. In Morocco, I learned to interact with strangers, and those strangers felt like family to me. And speaking to new people every single day fortified my communication skills. And in Switzerland, I learned how much a structured, organized system can change everything. It also gave me a really humbling gratification of what a beautiful planet we have by exploring the Alps and the beautiful landscapes that had to offer. In Saudi Arabia, I was able to connect back to the Islamic fundamentals and foundation that I was brought up on. And I was even able to complete an Umrah, which is a religious pilgrimage for Muslims. If you aren't Muslim, that is what that particular practice is. When I became a pilot, this was all completely uncharted territory. I had never traveled in my entire life before starting my course into becoming a commercial pilot. So, especially after my Saudi trip, it was almost like a new, fresh start when I entered the pilot world. Because of all of this exposure, I've even started learning things like Arabic and new things and embracing myself into new cultures so that I can prepare for any future trips that I might have lined up. Anyone who's traveled before and been around the world will agree that travel will change you. As an individual, it will open you up to so many vulnerabilities, but also offer you a chance to grow wherever you end up. This is going to sound strange, but when I went to France for the Olympics, I really had to optimize my planning, my problem solving, my situational judgment. Because what they had done at the time during Paris and during the Olympic season, they had blocked off loads of entry into the stadiums and loads of entry into the city itself, which meant that finding accommodation, getting the public transport networks to get into the stadiums was quite a difficult thing to sort out and figure out. On top of that, that's kind of coupled with the fact that you don't know the language, you don't know the culture, so that can also kind of pile up in terms of your decision making and your problem solving. So I had to find accommodation that worked and train networks that worked from where I was going to be staying. So these particular situations that you throw yourself into, those weird kind of vulnerabilities you let yourself be a victim of, are a great way of building competencies as an aspiring pilot. This is an example that planning trips can really improve your problem solving and decision making competencies. It seems like basic stuff on paper, but when you actually go abroad and action out your plan, when you can analyze whether or not the decision was a good one or how you can improve on it in the future, by doing these things consistently, you then overcome, and over time, you solidify a structure in your head as to how to make informed decisions. For example, maybe next time before I make this decision, I'll consider how tired I feel or how tired I might feel on the first day of arriving into a new city. Applying things like that to aviation, exposing yourself to mistakes and being critical of your planning and your decision making, that can help you when you're making a vital decision at 38,000 feet. Another thing I learned was how talking to locals and exposing yourself to things that you're not necessarily familiar with your upbringing, that can allow you to literally connect with anyone. I got lost on my trip in Morocco, and It helped me think fast and stay calm under pressure, because I understood that in a situation like that, those are the requirements in order to overcome and solve that problem. So in the aviation world, when I'm struck with a similar situation, hopefully not getting lost, but if something was to go wrong, then I'd encourage myself from that experience in Morocco to stay calm and react fast whilst under that kind of pressure. It also allowed me to use all the available resources around me in order to find the solution to that problem. So I got on my phone and I literally searched for the nearest and most suitable taxi service. So all these skills will help you in the professional world as well as a person and an individual from a competency standpoint. As a young British Pakistani from a low socioeconomic background, from a city where being a pilot was completely unheard of, for me, one of the proudest moments and one of the best things that I was able to utilize through my profession was the opportunity to fly my parents to Morocco on holiday. The fact that my parents were able to put all that hard work into me and make that massive sacrifice to help me get to the position that I'm in, that was something I'll never forget, and it was probably the best day of my life. This job made that possible, and it hit me really hard. That was when everything in my life had come full circle, and I thank God every day that I made it through those tough situations, those ATPL exams, and I didn't just give up along the way. Now, I'm not just saying all of this stuff to kind of show off that, yeah, I've traveled around, I've done all of these things. I want you to understand as an individual what's possible when you chase something bigger, when you crush those limiting beliefs and you work towards your dream job or dream future self. Actually, it's better than you will ever imagine. When you think, oh, this is going to be how it's formulated and what my plan is in the future, when you think like this is going to be what my life is, and that's how I thought this is my job and it's going to be a good job and this is how it's going, I'm expecting it to plan out. When you think about that and then you actually live it, you'll find that it's a million times better than you'd ever imagined. And I'll be honest, it's not just about becoming a commercial pilot. With anything in life, if you really let your dreams slip through your fingers, you could regret that for the rest of your life. Whether you fly or not, travel as an individual, as a human being, will grow you. Don't travel to resorts and those fancy hotels all the time. Of course, with reason, those things are great to do as well. But if you really travel, embrace yourself and immerse yourself within the culture, explore things, learn new words from the local language, eat where the locals eat, ask questions and get yourself in an uncomfortable situation. That's how you will grow as an individual. When you do become a pilot, you won't just be flying planes. You'll be carrying life experiences with you into every decision that you make. If you're serious about becoming a pilot, feel free to book in a one-on-one call, and that's in the description below. That way I could potentially help you to start telling these stories to others. And if you're not ready for that yet, that's not a problem at all. As a favor from me, if you're enjoying this content and enjoying the information that I'm providing to you, please just leave a message in the comment section, subscribe and like the video. And that way I can reach as many people who are aspiring to become pilots as possible. Ultimately, the one takeaway I want to leave you with is go and see the world. See what life actually has to offer. Use your annual leave that you've booked to explore this beautiful planet that we've been put on. I'll leave you with a quote by St. Augustine, which I found extremely profound. And it states, "The world is a book, and those who do not travel read one page of that book." Thank you very much for listening, and I'll hopefully see you very soon.